Welcome to Snowdonia. This is a time-lapse video slash landscape photography wild camping vlog trip. I've just parked up on the A5. There's the car just down there, and we're heading up towards Tryfan. The weather is pretty poor, it's very cloudy. There is quite a bit of wind around and it's supposed to rain tonight, so I'm almost certainly gonna wake up tomorrow to a very wet descent. Usually when I come up to Snowdonia, I go to the other side, Mount Snowdon and Cribgoch. I've done that many times, solo wild camping, but I've never done it on this side. I've never been up to Tryfan, so this is a first. Should be good, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like I've gone off the main path now, or maybe the path has just disappeared because it's just scree. I'm just trying to figure out the best way up. Right, we have the first time-lapse set up just behind me, looking down the mountains, plenty of sky, plenty of light moving across that countryside. Should look really nice. When I originally saw this rock as a perfect tripod position, I decided that I'd shoot that rock, but the weather coming in is really cloudy. Looks like we might lose a lot of light over the next few hours, so I decided to get some quick video with at least a little bit of blue sky. Perfect place for the tripod. This tripod, by the way, is bloody heavy. It's a big metal Manfrotto 055. I've got a lighter version, I've got a carbon fibre version, I've got a small plastic version, but for time-lapse stuff, especially in windy places like this, you need a tripod that's really quite sturdy. It's horrible to carry all the way up here, but it works wonders. So while that shoots, I just have a break. What do you have to eat and drink while you're up a mountain? I continue with my gallon of milk daily diet, and then just have a little wander around. There's this beautiful rock here, which I'm dying to visit. I'm gonna head over there while this time-lapse is shooting. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, feels so much better to have that bag off my shoulders. Not for the faint-hearted, this one. You won't catch me swearing very often, but don't look down. Right, let's get down before I have a nasty accident. Whew. It's turned into a bit more of a scramble now as we're getting a little bit higher. The path has gone and it's big boulders. You can just about make out the sort of place where people are likely to have gone in the past. Some of the wet boggy bits you can see footprints, but we're getting there. Not sure how far the summit is. There are quite a few false summits. You think you can see the top, and then you move on a little bit more and a whole load more of a mountain appears. So just gotta keep digging in, keep plodding along, keep working your way up. I'm recording this with a GoPro and a little tripod, which I thought would be a great idea to bring, and it is, but it's getting a bit of a pain in the backside in the spots where the route is getting a bit tricky. no idea which way I should be going here. I think I can see the summit just there. The route, however, a little bit more tricky to find. Let's have a look here. Nice little gap in the rocks. Look at that. No. It's a mystery. Gotta find a way up. Okay, now we're cooking. Nice bit of flat bit and some great flat but slippy. Right, what I was gonna say before I get too excited and nearly slid to my death down the mountain is that there's some signs of civilization. Writing on the rocks. I'm not going to repeat that. So we're on the right path. Summit, I think. At the top of the summit there are two stones called Adam and Eve, I believe. And it's quite traditional when you climb to the top of Tryfan to jump from the Adam and Eve stones. I'm not sure whether or not I'll be doing that. I haven't seen them before and I can't see them now. So I think that's the summit, but maybe it isn't. Another false one perhaps. Let's keep going. Onwards and upwards. It's getting pretty spectacular, to be honest. I might stop for another time lapse somewhere here. And I could do with the rest. Haha! Look at that beauty. This, I think, is what is called the cannon, maybe? That is pretty cool. Check that out. Absolutely beautiful little perch. I hope my mum's not watching. Sorry mum if you're watching. Right, let's get down. So we're going for a time lapse of this little rock here, the cannon, I think it's called. I'm not convinced it's going to be that great. The clouds aren't very good. Quite broken up here, which is shining a lot of light through really intermittently. The clouds are moving so fast that this rock is lighting up and going, lighting up, going. So in the time lapse, I'm pretty sure that's going to look a little bit flickery and quite distracting. I can fix that in post to a certain extent. I've got some deflicker software, but it's so iconic that I thought I needed to do it. Plus I needed a rest. So we'll do a quick little time lapse here and then we'll move on to the next one. I am shattered now. I'm really not used to this anymore. I was just thinking about the last time I came up into Snowdonia. I think I'm probably 40 pounds heavier and I used to run every day. I haven't run in a good 6 months, I think. I'm a little bit out of shape, to say the least. But look at that view. I'm just taking it easy. I've slowed my pace right down, taking small steps. It's got quite steep. I have no idea how close I am to the top. I thought that I was a lot closer than I think I actually am. I've got a feeling that that cannon is halfway up. A third, 2/3 of the way up, something like that. I'm not sure. I'll find out at the end. Someone can tell me, leave a comment. But yeah, pretty tired. Going very slow. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Sunset is between 8 and 9, I think. There is nowhere to pitch a tent up here, as you can see. So the plan is now, get to the summit, spend an hour, 2 hours, getting some time lapse up there. That's if it's not stupidly windy. And then after that, I'm gonna go straight on. I think it's I forgot what the next peak is called, but I'm gonna keep going, walk to the next peak, dip down to the north side, and there is a lake or a linn. My Welsh isn't great. I think it's called Boclwyd. Boclwyd. I don't know. If you know the Welsh pronunciation, please correct me in the comments. But the plan is to go there. There's a bit more flat ground. It's a bloody long walk, so I'm not sure what time I'll get there. I don't fancy being on this part of the mountain anywhere near sunset, for obvious reasons. There are quite a few points on this route now where I look around and think, I haven't got a bloody clue where I'm going. This is one of them. So there's a bit of a ravine up there. Maybe people have gone that way, I'm not sure. That way looks like instant death. And then this way looks like a bit of a path down there. And then a bit further up, loose rock, a bit of a scramble. We'll go with that, I think. No, sod that. That's ridiculous. We're gonna go up that way. That looks a little bit daunting, to say the least, but I don't see any other way to go, to be honest. Don't know. Let's do it. I'm in this kind of valley, ravine, whatever you want to call it. I am sweating so much. I've just taken my jacket off. You can see the steam evaporating off me. I don't know, is that the right way? Some kind of a balancing rock across. Noticeable feature. Man, if this is not the right way, I'm going to be so disappointed. Haven't seen a footprint in quite a while. Alright, I'm gonna have to put the camera away to find a way up. Whew. Finally, something a little bit flatter, and it feels like I'm getting close to the top now. I've just seen a footprint, which is great news. I'm on the right path. Woohoo! Made it. And it's traditional to jump from the Adam and Eve stones at the end, apparently. Let's give you a nice little 360 view. That is pretty spectacular, isn't it? Whew, not anywhere near as windy as I thought. The climb up here took about 3 hours with a few stops for time lapse. I definitely made it harder than I think I needed to. I took the wrong route on a couple of occasions and had to climb my way out of there, which with a massive bag, tripod, tent, sleeping gear, food, water, tougher than it should have been. Anyway, the plan now is to spend an hour or two on here getting time lapse. I'll put those up shortly so you can have a look at those, whatever they come out like. this is probably time-lapse number 10 already. I've been here probably 2 hours or so, and I just can't stop. I'm going through my bag, checking how many memory cards I've got. There are so many nice views all the way around to be had. So the plan is that I'm going to spend as much time here as possible. I may even stop here till around about sunset. I'll just show you around the peak here. They're the two stones up there, Adam and Eve, that traditionally you need to jump across. Well, I've done that, I've ticked that off the list. So now I'm just enjoying myself, getting some time lapse. The lake where I'm going to plan to pitch my tent tonight is just down here on the windy side. Just across there is the sea. That's the Welsh coast in the distance there. And there's the A5, so my car is just down there to the right. Looks surprisingly close. It didn't feel close on the walk up here. And this is the Ogwen Valley. I've just seen 2 fighter jets go down here, really low level. Look to be low level from up here, well below me anyway. 2 of them, quite close. Fantastic to watch. I'm gonna hang around here. The light's changing. I've had some moments of clear blue sky. I've had some cloudy moments like now. It's quite cold in the wind, hence the hat. Just to give you an idea of how steep the ascent was, I came up from this side over here and I skirted around and then I came up this valley. But if you look down at the way I came, across that peak there, tucked in, and then up here. So yeah, it was a little bit steep. You certainly wouldn't want to fall down. Look at this stuff here. I don't know how these rocks are hanging on. It's pretty incredible. And the surface at the top is just big boulders. So this is where they've been forced up out the ground. Originally, I imagine this would have had dirt and bits of I'm not a geologist, but it would have had dirt. It would have been far more level. And then over the years, the rain, the wind has battered all the soft stuff down, and we're left with this weird plateau of boulders. Maybe someone who knows a little bit more about it can explain it in a little bit more detail, but that's how I imagine it all got formed like this, because it's a bit strange. So if you go just across the top there to Snowdonia and Cribgoch's a little bit similar in a way, although that's a bit of a knife edge ridge, and Snowdon itself is, well, it's flat. It's got a train up it now, so it's been a bit commercialised, but it's lovely up here. Okay, it's a couple of hours later, I think. I'm done. I've got plenty from this summit. I'm going to move on that way. I'm going to head down the ridge and then try and tuck down towards my campsite, which is just down there near the water. I'll probably stop along the route if something catches my eye, but for now the light's gone, a lot of it. I've just had some really nice tight stuff of where the sea is. I'm not sure if you'll make it out on the image, but the rays coming through the clouds are going to look stunning. I did that with the 25mm lens. I'm pretty confident that's going to look very nice. So we're going to walk down there and see what else we can get. Dangerous stuff. Looks pretty easy going from here on out. I can see a wall down there, and there's a proper path that leads down to my campsite. So I'm looking forward to getting on a nice flat path without the danger of death. That's quite a nice view, isn't it? Should we get a time lapse of that? Let's go this way a little bit more. Lovely. If I can get a little bit higher, Put those rocks on the right frame. Sun coming down on the left. That'll look really nice. Let's go for that one. I'm so unbelievably tired. So peaceful. There were a few people up here a few hours ago, around 3-4 p.m. or something. And then as it gets more towards sunset, people don't come up here because nobody wants to get stuck up here at night, except for me. But I've got a tent and I'm well equipped. You certainly wouldn't want to come up here at night without a tent, without a torch, and try to get back. It wouldn't end well, I don't think. This is going to be a nice one. Not far off down the other side now, and this side is a lot easier going down than the side I chose to come up. There are some fantastic colours in the sky now. Hopefully it's just going to get better for the next hour before sunset. I might just, before I head down the valley towards my campsite, I think I'm just going to walk across this way a little bit, get a bit more height, try and see down the valley and get a shot looking down the valley. Hopefully get some of that orange glow flickering through. Could look really good. See how lucky we get with those clouds. Meh. He's not bothered. Unfortunately, we lost all of the light, pretty much. I'm shooting the time lapse anyway, because it might come out alright, I don't know. There's still a little bit of orange in the clouds, so maybe it'll look alright. I'm here, so why not? I'm about to descend down the mountain, so it'll be the last elevated shot, last opportunity for an elevated shot. I'm not walking back up this thing once I'm down there. Gone from rocks and vertical drops to boggy, slippery, wet grass. I can see the path, but getting to it is quite difficult. This is what happens when you go off-piste. We're losing all the light as well. It's getting dark. I need to think about getting this tent up pretty quickly. There's a nice little flat bit there just before the path, which could be quite good. But anywhere at this point in time, this is what happens on all my wild camping trips, to be honest. I get quite picky about where I put my tent, and it ends up taking me ages. I always have good intentions of just going, oh, you know, that'll do, just sleep there. But in reality, I want it flat. Otherwise, it annoys me. I want it with long grass, so it's nice and soft. But often with long grass comes water and bog and wet mud. So I want it flat, long grass, no wet mud, no pools of mosquitoes to come and attack me first thing in the morning. So I'm a little bit picky, but I'd rather be comfortable. Okay, I found my campsite. It's just here. And I've got one of these new fancy pop-up tents. It's really quick, really easy. Watch this. They're great, definitely worth the money. I am ready for bed. I was just thinking that when I left the car, I had every intention of not going to the summit of Tryfan because I wanted to save my legs for my weightlifting. And I'm sitting here in the tent now, 9 o'clock, ready for bed with very sore jelly legs. I'm going to eat all the food that I've got, starting with this rice and steak, and then anything else that I can find in my bag. Wake up tomorrow morning, and hopefully the weather's okay to shoot some more time lapse. There's a chance that it's going to be gale force winds and rainy, but only time can tell. For now, it's clearing up a little bit and the wind's died down, so we'll see. I'll see you tomorrow. Morning. It's a little bit different here this morning. It's grey, gloomy, raining, windy. My tent has been battered all night. So I've slept all right, to be honest, but I've had that all night. It took a little while to get to sleep. So wild camping's good, it's good fun, I love it, but sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. I knew the forecast wasn't great, so I don't know, can't be too disappointed. I've had good fun. I think the time lapses will be great. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to pack my tent away and get down out of this rain. Cheers folks, bye bye.